Yeah, Brent Goodman. Thanks, Johnny. Um, it turns out that if you're seeing a girl and you see her all the time on campus, seeing her really means that you're dating, not just seeing her pass you by in the hallways or on the way to class. And it turns out you shouldn't probably engage her and say, well, I bought a ring and I want to give it to you until you're really actually dating. I said, well, I'm seeing you. She's like, your definition of seeing is like the mind of a child, Brent. I don't think you quite picked up what seeing someone meant. And I was like, oh man, I felt so stupid. And so, it turns out she's a teacher, and so, I'm in her class, and I have to pass the class now. So it's like, that was a smart idea on my part. I did go on a date this last month though, and that went really well for me. I brought my cat with me though, and she was kind of upset about that. She thought it was like a third wheel. And I was like, well, I love my cat, I wanted to show her things I love and I'm passionate about. And I asked, after Starbucks, we had coffee and talked, and I got to know her a little better. I said, so do you want to continue the date? She said, yeah. Then she took my cat home with her. So I had to go pick up my cat in the morning. He had to do the walk of shame out of her apartment. It's like, okay, life is weird, but whatever. It's Brent Goodman. This is what I'm used to. Let's see what else I can talk about. Sometimes I get emotional when I'm at Comic-Con, and I'm going to buy like a Star Trek autograph photo of the cast from Star Trek, the movie, and some girl in the French maid outfit walks up and pinches me in the butt and says she wants to turn me into a lollipop, and I don't know what to do, so I go and run out of the Comic-Con floor crying in the bathroom, and I say, okay, Brent, pull yourself together. You're a man, you can deal with this woman. And so I go back and confront her, and she says something very she wants to turn me into a watermelon and eat all my seeds. And I was like, oh my God, this is just way too much. So I go talk to security, and they're like, Brent, we know the situation. You've been dealing with this Comic-Con for a long time now. What girl is it this time? Which one? Which booth is she at? And I'm like, she's at the booth for that famous video game company, the one that has those fighting games. And he's like, oh God, they know me by name because the girls just won't leave me alone at Comic-Con. I'm walking around with a giant Chewbacca toy, about 4 feet tall, made by this famous Star Wars artist. I'm really excited about it. I'm like walking around like all excited. And then of course some girl in like a cheerleader outfit or dressed like a sexy ninja walks up and tries to grab my breast or kiss me on the cheek or whisper in my ear, I'm gonna fuck your brains out. I just lose it and I start screaming, get the hell away from me. I cause a scene, cause all this commotion. Security, they've dealt with me with this so many times. You think that just being a single guy, wouldn't it be that hard to be left alone at Comic-Con by a beautiful woman that work in Hollywood as models, but they just don't know how to be appropriate people. It just upsets me. I just want to be an adult here. It's just so frustrating. So I'm trying to get away from girls that act like that. So rather than go and buy Show magazine or Maximum or Lowrider magazine and look at all the bikini girls in that, I now picked up a book that is going to bring me much pleasure in life, Shopping Bag Ladies. And so it's in black and white. It's got a bunch of great pictures. You probably won't be able to see. I'll have to show it to you guys later, but it's really erotic. There's even nudity in it. That's not a joke. There's even nudity in it. So, just don't tell my parents about it. Some guys go for the National Geographic, the nice boys version of Playboy, but not me. I just go straight for Shopping Bag Ladies. That's where I'm at. So, because why would I endorse the product of a sexy rap video girl or bikini model if they treat me so terrible at Comic-Con and the auto show? I mean, I just want to watch the lowriders bounce and do that contest where they try to have the old Cadillac bounce 8 feet in the air, and then the girls, dressed as cheerleaders or strippers, walk up and say all sorts of things, and I just don't know how to handle it. It just makes me very uncomfortable, and it diminishes my self-esteem as a man completely. Oh, man. So I'll talk about other stuff because this is getting me really emotional. I'll talk about animals. Yeah, so my cat, he's been on more date. Every time I bring my cat with me on a date, he does so well. I don't know what's going on. Like, I try to get second dates, and they say, well, what's your cat's number? It's like, my cat doesn't have a phone number. It's like, does he have a website? No. In a weird, dark sense, not being a character on stage, but real life, a lot of bikini models that I do flirt with in real life, they will never contact me back, or they'll block and delete me on Facebook, and all of a sudden their face is missing. I was like, okay, I guess I didn't do that well. I shouldn't have mentioned the Cincinnati Zoo had the finest zoo in the world. It probably is not what they wanted to hear. Okay, I missed the boat on that one again. Oh well, they give it a shot. You know, I don't feel really comfortable walking up online and saying, either in person or online, things that most guys say, like, I want to touch your breasts, I want to put my mouth, you know, all over, you know, I want to explore your body with the tongue. You know, my tongue is like you know, freaking flyer miles. Do you want to go travel? It's like, no, I don't want to say stuff like that. That's not who I am. So I talk about animals and miniature horses and pandas, and then I have miniature cows. I'm really excited about that. I still get to eat hamburgers, and I'm going to name my miniature cows names like my favorite comedian's name, Neil Hamburger. I'm going to name it like Oscar Mayer, just because if you have a miniature cow that's like the size of a Great Dane dog, there's no choice but to name it after hamburger meat or meat. And that's not a joke, that's real life. Oh yeah, so the bikini models, I try to surf online. Some of them I become very infatuated with. One or two in particular, I just like lost my shit trying to impress. Didn't impress them, but then they go on my website, my comedy website. I'll share it with you guys later on my comedy website. They go on and they look at my videos on Vimeo, on YouTube, and all this stuff. And I ask my cousin, my friends, what am I supposed to do with that? That they're following me, like that they block and delete me, and their face is removed, and they think I'm a jerk. But yet they're always like watching me like once a week, like on their favorite television show or something, like their favorite novel. Like they bring them on a plane flight and watch what, you know, they're going to travel to, I don't know, Colorado or something, Denver, and they'll be looking at my website on the plane trip or something like that. It's like, okay, I don't understand it, but I just kind of go with it. And my friends say like, oh, they're just a fan. But what kind of fan blocks and deletes their hero? I don't. That's both a joke and real life. I don't really know. So my friend said tonight that maybe it's their publicist or someone that's on my website. But why would a publicist, if the girl said this guy's a dork and a jerk, why would they bother to go and look at pictures of me petting my cat for an hour? And this is not a joke. If you think the other stuff was like material, this is actually like, you know, real life. Brent Goodman is like, okay, I'll go with it. Let's see, what else can I talk about that's interesting? Oh yeah, zebras. I want to own zebras. Turns out you can ride zebras, and they're really beautiful, but they're stubborn like a mule, and horses are stubborn enough. If you think it's hard to get your dog to sit and come when you call him, just imagine trying to ride a horse when it doesn't want to move. It's a lot of work. So what I'm going to do is own a zebra, but so far that hasn't impressed any of the bikini models either. You know, so I try to catch them before they're Cindy Crawford, Kathy Ireland famous, because I try to catch them when they're still dating the up-and-coming rap stars who I still haven't heard of. But once they go for the Tim Tebows and all those types, or Kanye West level, I'll never catch them. So they're out of my league at that point. So I only go for them when they're just on the radar of all the rap stars, and soon going to date sports stars, but haven't dated the sports stars yet. So, and some of them that are nice to me actually do date sports stars, but then they become more like a sister or cousin than a love interest, because they'll actually treat me like a human. And then I prefer beauty over brains 100%, I'm not going to lie. You know, some guys like, oh, I want a smart girl. I can make friends with a smart girl really easily. I just really love beauty, and if they're not, there's a level of stupid. If they don't believe in evolution, that's my only thing that's like the deal breaker. So I'm really worried about impregnating some girl that's going to teach the kids that dinosaurs were alive during the time of Moses, and I'm just not cool with that. So that's the only deal breaker. Other than that, I'm like good to go. I prefer the immature, beauty, unintelligent women compared to a strong, intelligent woman I'd rather be friends with. Because the other one's more like a puppy or kitten anyway, so you'll have something to play with. Because they're like a big kid, so I relate to that, being like a big kid myself. And so, talk about zebras, miniature horse. I think I hit everything I could talk about. Yeah, I just trying to think of what to say. I was gonna actually try something new out. I'll do this for a minute because I haven't got the light. See how this works. Let's shut off the camera and then I'll start again.